Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday night once again. It's June the 5th, and we have our usuals here. And thank you very much for coming. And we'll get this recorded so everyone can enjoy it tomorrow. I'll go ahead and share my screen, and thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. So much silence, like cricket. That's the word they like to use now. Crickets. Do you hear them? All right. So we're going to start here with update on all our stuff. Marcia, Bird Mom, and I were talking. She visited me out at the gate today, and I thought it was stuff worth sharing. I made her promise to remind me if I forgot tonight, but I didn't forget. But Marcia, you could help me in terms of how our conversation took place, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I just joined that summer challenge too, by the way.
Oh, well, good for you. I didn't know what you were going to do when you left. So, but, you know, Marcia has been in a lot of challenges, and then every now and then she steps out a little bit. And today when she was visiting me at the gate, she said she was considering, she hadn't joined is what she said. She didn't say anything what she intended. And we got to talking about it and why do a challenge. And she made the comment that we all experience that, you know, even though there's new stuff in it, some of it is still regurgitated. And I said to her that I do it because, you know, I have to get the room open every challenge that we have and just see who shows up because I'm the one who's hosting the room. But I would be in them regardless because I do so much better when I'm in them. And as we were sitting there talking, we came up with things that that made a difference for me. For me, the accountability is definitely there. I do much better just because of every day. I get up in the morning, I go in there, and that's the first thing that I look at and start my day thinking about. So that's in the forefront of my mind all day long. So the accountability, and I love the community. I have y'all are my family now. I mean, I go in there and I'm looking to see who's shown up and what you've said and what your day looks like. And
that's what I enjoy.
Say again.
That's what I enjoy also.
Yeah. And then we talked about our teachable moments because I have people who have confided in me that they really do enjoy those teachable moments that Dorothy and Lisa put together and that I put together. And probably in the distant future, no time soon, I think Marcia will probably pick up one day, and that Martha will pick up one day, and that'll be interesting. And we'll share what we've learned with her and see what she comes up with. But I think that different perspective that each one of us bring, you just don't know what's going to be in there until you sign on and see what somebody wrote. And many times it's a lesson that we're learning at the same time as we're passing it on. And then the discipline is there. I am much more disciplined when I'm in a challenge than when I'm not in a challenge. And I think Marcia said that part didn't make any difference to her. But for me, if I'm in the plan, it doesn't make a difference for me. But if I'm not in the plan and I'm in between challenges, I definitely eat different between than when I'm in a challenge. That changes instantly for me. And self-awareness, I definitely have self-awareness when I'm in that challenge and talking to you guys every day and reading what's there. The focus is greater. Now, one of the things that Marcia and I talked about, because I remember Shirley, if any of you guys remember Shirley, she signed up because she really didn't want to sign up because it was a team thing, and she was worried that if she didn't lose any weight, somehow it was going to impact the team. And I told her, well, Shirley, you can pick maintain. And she says, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then when she picked maintain, and she realized you only have 1% of your weight that you can gain, or you fall out of the potential of winning the challenge. And for most people, that's only 1 or 2 pounds. So if you do nothing but pick maintain, you still have to really watch what you're doing so you don't gain weight while you're in the challenge. So even under, that seemed to be impactful to you, huh, Marcia?
Yeah, I've done that.
And then, of course, when we're left to our own devices, it gets back to community and other people, you know, in their inputs and helping other people. It goes both ways on that. So today I checked to see where we were at. We're in 2nd place. And you can see Nancy Pettit. I know who Nancy is, and probably Dorothy does. I don't know if Lisa does or Martha. But she only has 7 members, but we're really close anyway. So, you know, in the end, people back out. We really could actually end up in 1st place. And we've never been under 10. I don't know does anyone know what the least amount of team members we've ever had?
We only had like 14.
All right.
I'm not sure.
I can remember 14. But we've never fallen under 10. We've always had better than 10, and I don't remember ever having 10 either. There is did you use the Shape Up, Marcia, when you joined to get your discount?
Yes, and I don't think I went into your room. I think they do that later on.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're still getting discounts. I didn't know. Okay. And then the other thing is, and Marcia didn't know. Marcia didn't know that. Huh? Was somebody speaking?
We had a problem with our speaker, so we're back on.
Oh, okay. So one of the things that Marcia didn't know is that when you have these challenges back to back, you can use the picture you use to weigh out to weigh in. You just ignore the new number and use whatever picture you used when you weighed out, and you can use that same picture to weigh in because these are back-to-back challenges. You don't have to weigh in again with a new number.
That's not like that.
Does everybody know that?
No, I didn't, but that's awesome.
Oh, okay. So,
but you still have to get a new number, right?
No.
No?
You just use the picture you used to weigh out. Whatever number was on that picture.
Okay. All right.
You just absolutely use the picture you weighed out. You just submit it for weighing out and you submit it for weighing in. You don't have to change nothing. And they ignore the new number that was generated for you because the one you're using was just generated for you to weigh out. They're okay with that.
Okay. All right.
And then the other thing I found today, and then I was thinking it was just because I was a coach, but it actually is because it's there available because Marcia had been using that. Y'all can see this screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Meltdown Challenge screen. Can you see it?
It's small, but
can you see the Meltdown Challenge screen?
Yeah.
yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Is that the new one?
Okay, that's the new one. But what I'm getting ready to show you, because we were talking about the invites today, and I pulled up Carolyn's because I needed to have one that wasn't a coach. And you know how we generate that list where you can do your invites to get your 14 invites without having to harass your family and friends by inviting them all the time? Well, I noticed today, and then Marcia said the same thing, and so I came home and I looked. And when you go to your invite page, if you go right down here, it says re-invite friends from past challenges. So you don't actually have to go and look on my little list and type somebody in. You can actually go here. And let's see, let's go here. Let's open this. See right here where it says re-invite challengers. So you click on that.
Oh, I've been doing that.
You have?
Yeah, I've been doing that the last 3 challenges. I didn't think to mention it. I thought everybody was.
No, I had no idea. I only just learned it today. And so you have to select a category, and then you put send invite, and you've already invited. So you don't have to really use that list. This makes it really quick.
Yep.
I've used mine so much that I can just start type somebody's name.
And they populate.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about that?
No.
And you see now it says,
mention
it says 5 invites right there. And now if anyone needs us to go over that, again, I'm happy to do that. So, now-
Can you send more than one invite, but it gets and it shows as separate invites, or does it all bunch up into one invite?
Well, no, you can send separate invites like that, but you'll only get credit for 1 a day.
Oh,
Yeah, you
see
can't-
that? Okay.
Now,
Okay.
Rondina, when she first got into the first challenge, she sat there and sent all of hers
Yeah.
a day, and she only got.
I've done that.
She was really mad, but we didn't find that out till after the fact. So you only get credit for 1 a day, no matter what.
Okay.
So we're good on this page. Everybody's
Yes.
got all that.
Connie,
Yeah,
Connie,
yeah.
go back to where you were. If you click on that invite there and then you click on the current challenge, it gives you, so you don't lose track of where you can re-invite the same people. If you click on your re-invite friends down there, then go to the current challenge and invited challengers. If you click on that, second one there, that one tells you who you have actually added for this challenge. So you don't accidentally invite the same person and not get your points.
Thank you. And I have actually had to do 2 or 3 because I wasn't getting credit. And it's because I had already invited them. So now I can look here and know that. Thank you. Anybody else have anything good tips like that?
Yes. That's one way to find it, but you can also, when you're on your invite page, there's on the bottom left, there's a thing that says send reminders.
Uh-huh.
So if you look at the send reminders, it shows everybody you've invited that time.
Okay, let me find that. So you say go back to your invite page. And now you say there's somewhere it says,
Go
right
down.
here, people you've invited.
Send reminder.
Right there.
Ah.
Oh,
That shows
quite the lesson. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I doubt we want to send reminders, but that would be a good place to look to see who you've already invited.
It's a quick way to see who you've invited.
Absolutely. Thank you.
On our challenges that have more space in between them, because sometimes we have several weeks, and the people I do at the very beginning, then I send reminders a couple of days before, even though I'm not going to get one.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. That's it. Do we have more good information? All of that was really good information. Thanks for sharing. Okay.
Oh, I have one more thing.
Okay.
When I was weighing in, there was a option to do the family tips, but I didn't check the box, and so I didn't get in it. So when you're signing in and I picked lose, and then it came up with something that said you seem like somebody who wants more, and there was a little box that said family tips.
Right.
I did not check the box, but I checked yes, and so it didn't come up in my page. So if anybody wants those extra points, you have to check the box before you do that. And I'm not happy because my points are off because of that. And I always look at mommy's points, and if I have less than her, then I know something's not right until I calculated, and there was however, the only thing she was ahead was those points that I'm not getting. But I was not happy.
All right. So live and learn, right? So today, with the subject being about the being in the challenge or not being in the challenge, I thought that would be our incomplete statement. When I am on my own and not in a challenge, and I already said mine. What I'm most grateful for today is Sierra is doing really well. And yeah, and what I want to share is I'm not going to the family reunion, which is really sad, but I'm not sorry because I'm needed more here. So I think I will pass it to Tony.
Okay. When I'm not on my own, I'm not in.
When you are on your own and not in a challenge,
Huh?
it says when I am on my own.
Continue to do the things I've been doing all along, making jokes. Coming up with something new jokes. Yeah, I continue with that. I haven't changed. What I'm most grateful for today is that I went to see my daughter today, and she came out of the operation looking pretty good. She's going to wake herself this evening to her daughter that's in the hospital. So it's kind of nice. She goes to stay with the baby. That way she could rest. If she goes home, she won't get any rest from the operation. So we've been going to hospital. It's been nice to see them, but I've been able to see them and just say whatever I want. They can't talk back to me because they don't feel so good.
Always the jokester.
But what I want to share most today is that I have finally decided that I am a very good golf teacher. My wife has already beaten me once this week.
Oh,
In
wow.
golf, and I've been teaching her to play golf. So now the student has beaten the teacher.
Whoa.
It's getting better and better. I may not play with her anymore.
You're always playing.
She's doing very good in that game.
I think that has to do actually with the fact that I've been playing with that balloon on my kidney. So imagine how that impacts the swing. And this week's the first time I've played without that because I broke my arm right after that. And
Yeah.
so I haven't been out there since they drained that cyst. So I'm actually convinced that that's made a big difference in my balance, my ability to turn. Yeah. So that's cool. Who you passing to, Tony?
Let's go to Lisa.
Okay. Keep it in the family.
When I am on my own and not in the challenge, I feel out of kilter because I'm missing that. But normally that's the first thing I do every morning, and it's on my schedule to do the teachable moments. So I just miss. I really like doing the readings, and I need to catch up. But it upsets my routine not doing it. What I am most grateful for today is I'm living the dream, and I'm so blessed. And what I want to share most today is this is not a 50 Shades of Grey reference to the 50 Shades of Grey book and movies, but I have been struggling to pick paint colors for my room that's being remodeled, and good grief, that was a hard decision. There's so many. I've been back there 3 times getting paint samples, but I finally got it figured out today, so I'm happy about that. And I pass to Marsha Bird Mom.
Good, because I'm going to mute myself after this because my birds are just impossible.
They're happy.
When I'm on my own and not in a challenge, it depends where my mind is, because I remember being on a few challenges and I was eating like a pig, and I felt like such a fraud, coming in every week and sitting down and listening to everybody, how good they were. So, but I enjoy it because, like Lisa said, it's the first thing I do every day. And I like to do all the questions and then read about what everybody's doing. What I'm most grateful for today is the usual. I have wonderful people around me, and it just means so much to me. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to mute myself.
All right. Who are you passing to?
Oh, okay. Dorothy?
Okay. When I'm on my own and not in the challenge, I make excuses for myself, and it's better to be accountable with all my friends, and so I don't feel like I'm pretending. What I'm most grateful for is being here with Dawn. What I want to share most today, that I'm enjoying playing with Lily. She loves grandma, and she loves great grandma too. So it's fun. And I'm gonna pass it to Dawn.
When I am on my own and not in the challenge, I kind of have the same feeling as Lisa. I try to stick with it, but I still go to my tablet or my phone to sign in and see and read or whatever. Because while I'm in the challenge, I feel that necessity not to let my teammates down and follow through with everything that's on there. So that's what I do when I'm not in the challenge. I am most grateful for today is Mom being here. It's very nice, especially since I haven't been able to travel for months. What I want to share most today is Mom said she had to do her teachable moment, and I put my 2 cents worth in. So.
Excellent. I can't wait
to read it.
And Dawn, if you ever want to do a teachable moment, it'd be great.
Oh yeah, because
I told Mom I have hundreds of them. When I have my head straight, I'll probably just send them to her and she can put them on there.
Well, that's up to you, but yeah, that would be great. You want to pass to Martha?
Yep.
Oh, let's see. When I'm on my own and not in a challenge, I have a tendency to stop at the ice cream store. That's why I do not go to CVS, because the Tasty Treats right behind it, and my car just pulls in there. It has a mind of its own. And I do feel that I do much better on the challenge. The last couple of days, I've been doing so much of the things that you have to take care of, and my sugar dropped to 82.
Wow.
And I really had a really bad reaction yesterday. So I am now, I've got to get me a timer because I can't hear the one on the stove. It's very low. So I'm going to buy a timer tomorrow when I'm out and put it on so I don't miss my meals, because that was really scary.
Marsha, I'll tell you how to use the one on your phone. It's easy.
Oh, okay.
I'll get with you later, okay?
All right, that would be great. I'm learning all sorts of new things, by the way. I've learned to text, and I've learned to send a picture, and I've learned to pump gas. I'm doing real well. What I'm most grateful for today is that I am getting almost all the stuff that has to be done. I didn't realize, like, you have to take him off of the insurance, and I still haven't done that. And they said it would make a big difference in what I have to pay for car insurance without 2 of us on it. So I'm grateful that I've had people who have helped me realize what I need to do and not do. And what I want to share most today is I cleaned off the bed. So I think I'm going to try to go in the bedroom and sleep tonight.
Oh.
But I got the bed cleaned off finally.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, for sharing. So we'll move on. Look ahead and go up big. I saw this actually on my sister's page, and it just spoke to me that I had to share it. A loser quits when they fail, and a winner fails until they succeed. And that's us talking about that never giving up. And the fact that we are still plugging away at all this probably speaks to a lot of you too. But I love that. A winner fails until they succeed. We're in week 2 of blood pressure down, the 10-step plan to lowering your blood pressure in 4 weeks without prescription drugs. And we'll move on to that. Health in your arteries. How important is that? I wanted to remind everybody about the desirable levels. You don't really need to write this down or remember it, because when you get your blood work done, it really tells you in the blood work whether you're out of range or you're in range. And that's really all you need to do. And you always need to be working towards being in range in whatever area that you may need some help with, and you want to find out what it is you need to do to in a natural way to get that back into the normal range. They are a reflection of your health. That's what they are. They're a picture. That's a snapshot of your health. Where do you fit in? you know, one of those is having a healthy BMI, and that's something that we all work on. And you can get a BMI chart anywhere that you want to, and you simply look at the weight you are, and you really want to be in that, I would say, more around the 23, 24 BMI range. Anyone want to add anything to that, Dawn?
And Dawn, not specifically me, huh?
Well, you're just a wealth of knowledge, you know.
I think that the 23, 24 on this chart would be way too low for me. As far as weight is concerned, when I dropped to where it would say for me to be in 23 or 24, my mom wanted me to see a psychiatrist because she thought I was anorexic. So
what's your height?
Huh?
What's your height?
5'3.25".
Okay.
So at 130, I'm because I am, Tony, forgive me, but I got big boobs. I mean, they don't take that into consideration on there. And so for me to be 135 pounds is, I wear a size 6 at 155 pounds. Okay. So these are great to use as an example, but I think they're a little off kilter as far as
well, a lot of it depends on muscle mass too. If you take someone who is 200 pounds and they work out and they're mostly muscle, they're going to be ripped and look good, and this is not going to apply to them at all. So and you are right.
To your bone structure and all of that kind of stuff needs to play in there. But I mean, this is a good, you know, example or try to start off with kind of thing. But as far as, you know, being a stick to it kind of thing, it's a great example of where you could start.
It's a ballpark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I remember, Connie, when I started, I was like 34. And I went down to,
I was off the chart.
I went down to 25. 25. I think when I got to 24, it was a little bit too much.
Exactly.
But you know, but when I got it, I circled in the chart, and each time I went another lower, I'd circle it and put the date.
So you actually followed it. That's really good.
Yeah, well, because I weighed over 200 pounds, so you know, like.
I remember those days.
I do too.
So last week we came up with what was needed to balance and control blood pressure, the daily recommendations. And not that I am plugging anything, but I put hours in looking for something that would be a combination. And I did find this at Amazon.com, and we do have it, and I actually stay in that pre-hypertension, and that's what's made this so important to me. And anything that's important to me and I'm learning, I share it with everybody else. But I did find something that had all three, the calcium, magnesium, and potassium in them. And we have added that as our supplements, Tony and I now.
Connie, did you tell your doctor? Because if you have kidney issues, you got to watch calcium.
I don't have any kidney issues. And yes, I run everything by the doctors.
Because I can't take calcium.
I actually have... what's that called? Osteopenia.
Osteopenia?
Yeah, that's that's the beginning of the bone loss. So I'm actually prescribed to take calcium. So for me, that is fine. But that is good advice for everybody else that's in here. And
heavy weight resistance for osteopenia too.
Yeah. So a lot of people feel fine. People with high blood pressure may not experience any obvious symptoms. There are obvious symptoms, but we might write them off to something going on in our life. So it is well worth paying attention to, because a lot of people don't get a second chance. The first stroke is their last stroke. And the same is true with a heart attack. So it's something that you need to make part of your monitoring. Dorothy, you want to read for us?
Yes, side effects of blood pressure medicines. Most blood pressure medicines are easy to take, but all medicines have side effects. Most of these are mild and may go away over time. Some common side effects of high blood pressure medicines include cough, diarrhea or constipation, dizziness or lightheadedness, erection problems, feeling nervous, feeling tired, weak, drowsy, or lack of energy, headache, nausea or vomiting, skin rash, weight loss or gain without trying. Lifestyle plan alongside of your medications. Add in exercise such as a brisk walk. And
thank you. Lisa, you want to read?
Oh, she's not there.
She isn't? Martha, you want to read?
Sure. What are medicines for high blood pressure used? When are medicines? Most of the time, your healthcare provider will try lifestyle changes first and check your blood pressure 2 or more times. Medicines will likely be started if your blood pressure readings remain at or above these levels. The top number, the systolic pressure of 140 or more in people younger than 60 years. Top number of 150 or more in people 60 years and older. Bottom number, diastolic pressure of 90 or more. How bad is 140 over 90 blood pressure? More than 120 over 80 and less than 140 over 90. 120, oh, they just showed you how to write it. You have a normal blood pressure reading, but it is a little higher than it should be, and you should try to lower it, making healthy changes to your lifestyle.
And of course, over to the right, you have the ideal blood pressure, the low blood pressure, the pre-high blood pressure. And I pretty much stay right there in that pre-high blood pressure. I don't go into the high blood pressure at all. And mostly I am in the ideal blood pressure. But I'm in that pre-high blood pressure enough that it's made me want to learn more about it.
I'm there too.
Yeah? Okay. Dawn, do you feel like reading, or are you able?
no.
Okay.
I'll read.
Oh, you're back? Go ahead.
Tips to measure your blood pressure correctly. National and international guidelines offer specific instructions for measuring blood pressure. If a doctor, nurse, or medical assistant isn't doing it right, don't hesitate to ask him or her to get with the guidelines. Here's what you can do to ensure a correct reading. Don't drink a caffeinated beverage or smoke during the 30 minutes before the test. Sit quietly for 15 minutes before the test begins. During the measurement, sit in a chair with your feet on the floor and your arms supported so your elbow is at heart level. The inflatable part of the cup should completely cover at least 80% of your upper arm, and the cup should be placed on bare skin, not over a shirt. Or they do that all the time with me. Don't talk during the measurement. Have your blood pressure measured twice with a brief break in between. If the readings are different by 5 points or more, have it done a third time. There are times to break these rules. If you sometimes feel lightheaded when getting out of bed in the morning, or when you stand after sitting, you should have your blood pressure checked while seated and then while standing to see if it falls from one position to the next. Blood pressure varies throughout the day. Keep track of the time you measured your blood pressure. It's also a good idea to have your blood pressure measured in both arms at least once, since the reading in one arm, usually the right, may be higher than that in the left.
Anybody want to comment or add anything to that?
No, but I'd like to print that page out to take to my doctor next time. Thanks.
I would also interject a thought. Take your own blood pressure machine to your doctor's office so that you can compare your machine to their readings, because we just did that with Mom's blood pressure machine, and they said bring it in whenever you come.
We had to take Dick's in every 6 months.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Want to make sure it's properly calibrated.
Right.
That's good. And not again, I'm not recommending anything to anyone here, but Tony and I went ahead and invested in a good blood pressure monitor. And the Omron blood pressure monitor, our #1 recommended brand by doctors. And in this book, Dorothy, it actually tells you to take it into your doctor and make sure that the reading on it is calibrated to the one that's in the doctor's office. So that was I'm really glad you brought that up. And pharmacists for clinically accurate home blood pressure monitoring, and the #1 selling manufacturer of blood pressure monitors for over 40. 2 users can store and review the last 100 readings, total of 200 readings, receive unlimited readings by smartphone with Omron's free app available at the App Store or Google Play. It's comfortable, adjustable, preformed comfit. It like slips on your arm, and the cuff inflates around the entire arm to ensure correct cuff positioning and precise reading. Fits standard and large arms and automatically displays the average of your last 3 reading taken within 10 minutes. I've been knowing about this one for maybe 6 months, but I've been holding off on, because we have blood pressure monitors that work. And so he asked me what I wanted for my anniversary. I said, I want this. I've been putting this off, and I really do want it. And this gives you an example of your readings. And I see the benefit in being able to take this to the doctor's office and give them a history of what our blood pressure has been.
Because a lot of people, for some reason, when they go to see the doctor, their blood pressure's up.
Yes.
That happens to me.
Yeah. And so this way, it's a more accurate reading of what your average has been.
And it takes it 3 times while you're sitting there.
Oh,
and then it takes the average. Yeah, it'll take it, and then it makes you rest a minute, and then it'll take it again. You rest a minute, and then you take it the 3rd time, and then it comes up with your amount. And you can see where I'm at, 134/84. So, I mean, that's where I stay, is right around there. And I don't think that's bad, and I am over 40. But it bothers me. It's not 120 and 80.
No, that's an average. People forget that. That's an average. That's a high and a low.
So in doing our research, I found this, and I'm very interested in it myself. Marcia, Novita, are you there?
Yeah.
You want to read for us? Start at the upper right.
Okay, the upper right. Okay. Hibiscus tea has a ton of benefits. Hibiscus tea has been known to prevent hypertension, lower blood pressure, reduce blood sugar levels, keep your liver healthy, help with menstrual cramps, help with depression, aid digestion, and help with weight management. It's rich in vitamin C, contains minerals such as flavonoids, and has laxative properties, and it tastes delicious. Prepping hibiscus flowers. If you're using the flowers, remove the calyx, or the green part at the base of the flower, to which the stem is attached. You can also remove the pistil, which is the thin thread-like tube in the middle of the flower, which has pollens attached to it, or you can choose to keep it. You don't need to do this if you are using dried flowers. Boil the tea. Bring the hibiscus flowers and water to a boil in a large pot. Once the water starts boiling, switch off the flame and cover the vessel. At this point, you can also add other herbs or add in such as basil, lemongrass, lemon zest, etc. Let the tea steep for 15-20 minutes. Mix in honey and lime juice until completely combined. Strain the tea. Serving it. You can either serve it warm, or you can chill it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Either way, it tastes delicious. I've never tried it.
I know. I never have even heard of it. Marcia just.
I knew I wanted that tree for a reason.
Yeah, you just got a hibiscus tree. So, and we actually have the learn how to make hibiscus tea, which has some amazing benefits. Make this with either fresh or dried flowers, and choose to have it as hot or tea, or as a hibiscus iced tea, because either way, it's delicious and good for you. And there is the recipe.
I'm going to have to write that down.
Yeah. Now, so I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to stop share. And I'm going to see if anyone has anything they want to add before we do our first new lesson in time management fundamentals. Are we good? Want to say good night to everybody?
Good night.
Good night. You can learn with us, but it won't let me post it.
Uh-huh.